It's been a while, my friends. It has been a while since the man, the talentless, have done a show. It's been about 6 weeks. I'm not good with math, but I've been away. And by away, I mean fucking lazy. I'm always hanging around shows every night, but me doing a show, that's just not who I am. That's not what I'm about. So much has changed. I think the last time I did a show was basically when I got back from Vegas, just to sort of explain that. And that fucking Vegas podcast, Alan has it. He's not put it out. I don't know why. He's fucking lazy too, probably, or just, I guess editing probably sucks ass, so he probably doesn't want to do that. So I don't know. There's another podcast from Vegas. It was basically 8 hours of Alan Wayne and me just talking, fucking around, fucking with people, and I'd probably say 2 or 3 hours of that's pretty good. The rest kind of bland like a man. And in it, you'll see that I won a lot of money in Vegas, which was pretty good because the first night or two, not so good. But then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna bring $100 out. I'm gonna spend 100, and hey, you know, I more than doubled it. So hey, that's what we call winning, right? Right. So another thing that's happened, the whole Spreaker drama landscape has changed immensely, and it's for the reasons of a certain individual leaving. Now you might know him as, what do they call? They might call this guy Rick. Rick left, and I guess I shouldn't say Rick left, but he's not at Spreaker anymore. And by not Spreaker, I mean not at the Weekend Edition. He's currently at the what they might call, what do they call it? Black Sheep Network. So because Rick kind of left, and what I mean by left is he didn't really tell anybody. None of the show producers were kept in the dark, kind of, and then it's just like, okay, just not doing it. And it makes sense because, you know, when you have the opportunity to make it big, the only way you can make it big off Spreaker is not be on Spreaker entirely. So whenever someone talks about making it big and they're on Spreaker, ignore every single word they say. They're full of shit, or their egotism is just extreme, and they're just dumb and have no self-awareness. So when they say that shit, no. Anyone that's made it, I think the only person that made it on BTR, it was some black guy. I forget his name. Someone's telling me about him. I looked him up. Yeah, he started at BTR, and then he just got too big for BTR, and he just did something else, and he's still making money doing whatever show he's doing. And I think Rick was just like, well, fuck, let's take this Black Sheep Network thing, take it to another level. And then he just decided, well, I'm just not going to do Fuck You Network. No doggy bones lately for his fans, so absolutely nothing. So it's like, fuck. And so because of that, because he kind of just is doing, he basically switched to the Black Sheep Network to even do the, what do you call it? The Fuck You Network and the whatever those shows he was doing, the Weekend Edition. Basically renamed it. There's a few problems with Black Sheep Network. A, it's one type of music, which is good. Don't get me wrong. You know, a lot of people bash, oh, fucking country sucks. No, it's indie country, so they use a lot of rock elements in some of the songs, and it's different. It's not like Garth Brooks, which instantly turned me off from country, but it's all country all day. And I understand, you know, it's just, to me, it's kind of like techno. You know, one of the big things was when I went to a rave a few times, you know, it's not a place to be unless you're on drugs or something, ecstasy. That goes well with techno really well. And you know, it's just with country, it's like, well, it's good, but you just can't listen to it the whole time without fucking losing your mind. At least me. Some other people, I guess, can, but I like a mixture of all types, so you don't just get bored. You know, all sorts of genres, but one the entire time. Woo. I mean, and this is not an attack. It's just me. You know, I just prefer a lot of variety when I'm listening to music. I don't like to listen to one thing. And the other bad thing is I think people like Trevor Cody and Angry Bong are banned from Black Sheep, so it's like it's not quite as fun. It's like Rick's chocolate milk shake was available at the Fuck You Network, but you can listen to him as in whole milk, where he's a little bit watered down, less chocolate, less gumph, because it's more mainstream related. So I mean, it's still good. It's whole milk at the Black Sheep Network, but he was a chocolate milkshake at the Fuck You Network. And yes, this is gay envy speaking. That's all this is. So the only real big problem about all this is that because he went to the Black Sheep Network, oh my God, it's like everyone has just been running wild. No one's been put in their place. I mean, you see, the good thing about backing Rick as opposed to anyone else is he didn't have all this baggage that all these other hosts here have. Like, he's not poor, he's a family man. He doesn't have a physical beating record, or he's not a con man. He's not begging anyone for money. He's it's like one of the best people you can support, And so now with him gone, it's like everyone's just getting all uppity and another thing that kind of cracked me up was it was revealed a few weeks ago that, oh yeah, Guy Shay and Debbie, they were friends this whole time. They fooled everybody. I was just thinking, no. I think it was pretty common knowledge that, you and, okay, let's just put it this way. Lester and Debbie, good friends, okay? And it's been common knowledge that he's been on her show very often. Secondly, Lester and Guy, great friends, pretty common knowledge. And so how would that work out if one of them hated each other? And so it wouldn't, because it's like a triangle of good friends. So, and I think when one of them, they started blasting everyone, we fooled you all. When it became this, I was like, no. It was just a fun show to be at, regardless of whether it was a lie. And I think people miss that. I think people miss the audience that, who cares if it's bullshit? Who cares whatever it is? As long as you are there and entertaining your audience, then you have won. That's all that matters. Your ego is second place. You getting the best of someone, second place. As long as the audience is having a good time, oh yeah. Oh, yee. So, yeah, that's what happened with that. And so, man, because Rick's been gone, there's not been as many shows. I don't even think Barco's doing shows. He can't, Spreaker Park Boys? That's, I guess, what he does, He has those control issues that he has, like, let's give all these people a platform and then say, fuck them. And then, don't worry, there'll be a new one probably sometime in 6 months when he gets bored. So that's with that. And so yeah, the Illuminati Spreaker, in case you don't know, it is an official group that, well, we run shit, niggers. My niggers, we run everything. We go to your show and we're just like, oh, this show's awesome, or this show sucks. We try to make your shows interesting. We try to reveal everything. Oh, yeah. Yeah, baby, yeah. That's what we do. Oh, God. So, and I apologize for not doing a show. I have a weird fucking schedule. I want to explain my schedule so people understand why basically Saturdays or Friday nights will be my only real time to do a show. So basically it's like this. I get up every day at 7. I get home at 7. Well, 7-ish. Fucking Phoenix traffic. One major issue about living in a big city is you don't always get to determine when you get home, nor when you determine when you get to fucking work. So I have to be at work at 9. I wake up at 7. I get off work about 6. And so I usually get home about 7, 7:15, 7:30. Fucking traffic, man. Oh my God. And then you have people like this, oh, no guns. Motherfucker, traffic is the reason for guns. People slow down. Fucking old people need to get the fuck off the road. Seriously. It's always a fucking old person. Yes, ageism is real. If you are over 70, you do not need a vehicle. You need to ride the bus like every other brown person does. What the fuck? What are you on the road for? Especially on the goddamn highway. Off. They should have age restrictions on the highway. And we should get rid of those diamond lanes too. Fuck. Those diamond lanes, you have to have a van or you have to have a motorcycle. And I think you can have I believe they've upgraded the laws to where if you have a hybrid or a green-friendly vehicle, then you can go on there and it's like, fuck you. Just open it all up. It's all discrimination. Everyone should be able to use every fucking lane. The nice thing about my state is we don't have any toll lanes. If I lived back east like in New Jersey or some other shithole, oh my god, I would not pay fucking toll. I would go purposely around. I'd definitely take a 15-minute detour to avoid all toll roads because the government pays for all this shit. I mean, what the fuck? We have state governments. They're supposed to take care of the roads. Don't give me no, it's private. No, fuckhead. It's not. I don't believe in this shit. Fuck toll booths. Fuck it all. So, yeah, about that. And so another thing, I've always wondered this, that this isn't a dig at Debbie. It's just a dig at kind of everyone that just is in love with her and all that. What were these guys like in high school? Because I know Debbie was a cheerleader. Very, very fascinating find. And I always just wonder if some of the people that really are drawn to her are kind of like the straw dogs, in high school, I couldn't have a Debbie Daly. I could not have her, but I wanted a Debbie Daly. I wanted a cheerleader. I wanted someone that looked like her, or almost in my clinch. I was too dorky. I was too weird. I was too antisocial. Something was wrong with me. A fatal fucking flaw in my head, where I looked weird, or I smelled bad, or something was fucking wrong with me really bad. I just couldn't get one back in high school. But now on Spreaker, all things are even. Everyone's on an even plane, except when they're not. Then she's right there. Oh, I can save her. Oh, she needs a man like me to help her. Oh my god, I am so powerful on here. I have a name for myself. Oh, yes, I can be within her reach. I can save a hoe. Oh, I can save women on the internet. When I save a hoe on the internet, that means I'm fucking them. Even if they're married, that means I'm going to fuck them. Because not only that, even though they might have been in a marriage for a long time, or if they have a boyfriend for a long time, it means I'm going to fuck them because I have saved them. It means everything to me to save a hoe on the internet. It makes everything worthwhile. It's like, god damn, it pisses me off at this shit. It's like, holy fuck. No, stop it. You're not. No, knock it off. If you're looking for a chick, go to Plenty of Fish. Go to, Tinder? I'm not really too familiar with the dating scene, but fucking eHarmony, right? A lot of people have gotten married off that shit. OkCupid. My stupid sister uses OkCupid. And it's really weird. She's like, do you use it? I was like, fuck no, not. Well, I've heard about OkCupid, but then I was like, she was telling me how she uses it. And I was like, yeah, what'll fucking happen is I'll see you on there and fucking lose my goddamn mind, you dumb bitch. You're on OkCupid? Well, yeah. Now I'm not ever going to even look at the fucking site. It's like, you dumb bitch. This is the problem with having so many sisters. It's just, they're just all so stupid. And basically women are Jews, It's just like, fucking motherfucker. Anyways, so here's the thing. Here's a big fucking thing, too, that pisses me off. Is the people that say free speech. No. If anyone's on Spreaker saying free speech, the very good thing is that they don't believe in it, because every single one who speaks of free speech is the same type of person that whose feelings get hurt by free speech. Let me just bring up a prime example. There's a guy on here, very famous. And I don't have anything against this guy. I mean, I'm just mildly irritated that he says he's the biggest hypocrite on here. He always talks about two-facedness, and he's the biggest two-facedness. He talks about courage. when he's away from Debbie's show, but he never, he never displays it when he's on there. It's like, yeah, I'll say what I want. I'll do what I want. Safely from the comforts of his show, does he tell other people how he really thinks. And I think my advice to Debbie would be, like, what the fuck? Just not... It's very weird. It's a very weird situation that's on there sometimes, because these two, like Mr. Midnight Movie, he gets on there, and there's nothing wrong with the guy. Like, a lot of people bash him. I actually like the guy. I feel a little bit bad for him, because it always sounds like he's in a diabetic coma or something. And last night he was on Debbie's show. There's a fucking lot of energy, and it was actually pretty decent. But normally it's just like fucking Darth Vader, like, breathing, and it's like he's off task. He's like, what, huh? And I don't know. It's a really weird fucking show. But last night it was great. He had energy. He's fucking... But of course, he always goes to bed at fucking 10, even on the weekends. And I don't know. I've always wondered, why the fuck? What kind of asshole wakes up that early in the morning? Nobody should wake up earlier than 7. Absolutely not. Even though I had to. Hell, even one time I had to wake up at 4 in the morning. Could you imagine that? 4 because I didn't know where I was going? 4 because I had to be at orientation? 4? Oh man, that's just when the druggies are still out. And at 4 is the worst, because when you're on the road at 4, there's still maybe a drunk ass or two, because out here in my state, bars close at 2. And so you think from 2 to 3 is just a road filled with drunks. That's all it is. But then you think, okay, well, maybe some of the smart drunks are in their car drinking the Gatorade and water, and they're just like chugging, or they stopped at Jack in the Crack or McDonald's. Because McDonald's does now have breakfast all hours. One of the greatest things ever. 24-hour breakfast. Now, let me just be honest about McDonald's. Yeah, I might have worked there for about 5 years, and I'm not going to discuss how much I made, because I don't want to put all you people on Spreaker to shame with your $1 million and your huge record labels and all that. But let's just be honest, niggers. I mean, I was big ballin' when I was working at McDonald's, motherfucker. Yeah, maybe I was part-time, but that's all I needed. A fucking part-time job, so I could have a real life, I ain't got time to be working on 40 hours a week like I do now. But then I didn't. I had a show to run, I did my shows often. I did a daily show here on Spreaker, and it required me. And it required reimbursement. And that's just what I did. That's who I was. But now, McDonald's has all you can eat breakfast. Motherfuckers, that's what I'm about. But you shouldn't eat that. Well, that's terrible for you. But if you do, you should. But if you do, get the breakfast burritos, niggers. That's what I'm talking about. The breakfast burritos, or the sausage McMuffin with eggs. Yeah, that's what we're about. Okay, back to my subject that I keep sidetracking with. Jewish producer. I was getting on his ass because he only shows courage when he's far away from his victims. That's what he does, is he hides away from them. And then he bitches about them away. Not near, but away. Or he blocks them. So basically, as you guys all know, I do Spreaker screenshots. I have not done a lot in a while. But trust me, I've been taking a few here and there. I probably owe about 60 or 65. So maybe tonight or tomorrow I'll fucking upload them. I just keep getting lazy and lazy and lazy. But anyways, with Jewish producer, let me get this the fuck out of me. With Jewish producer. Oh, Jewish producer, you're such a little Jew boy. Oh my God. Oh, Hoishel, your son's a fucking fuck up again. Oh no. Okay, so with him, I took a screenshot of Jewish producer, and basically it was just him flirting with Debbie. Like, oh yeah, and it was because he's not usually known to flirt with her. And so I was like, whoa, Jewish producer, and I think he was drunk that day too. And he just wrote something very flirty, and so I took a screenshot. And when I do the screenshots, I try to tag people because they have a right to know what I'm posting on the internet about them. It's just a fucking tag. Here, this is you. This is what you said. Own up to it. And it's weird about my screenshots. A lot of people take it personally because he's not the only person that's blocked me over a screenshot. And it's like, look, you are entertaining people by writing silly shit. Never say you didn't do it or never back away. just own up or don't own up and be a bitch. Whatever you want to do. It's really up to you. Secondly, and I showed it to him, block. I was fucking blocked. Nigga blocked me. A fucking Jew blocked me. And it's like, wow. I showed this guy a mirror, and he fucking ran from himself. Fucking impressive. And he's the type of guy that's free speech. No, he's not. He's free speech as long as you don't hurt his feelings. He's just like every other fucking person on. And this is the way everybody is. Let's be honest. If someone says something that hurts your feelings, you'll be the first that fucking gets all crybaby like. And he blocked me like the bitch man he is. So whenever he talks about free speech, don't fucking listen to him. If he doesn't live up to the word free speech, then he shouldn't be using it. Don't be another poser. And he talks about people being two-faced. He's the biggest two-faced motherfucker. Whoever he's around, he kisses their ass, but then when he's not around them, he smack talks them. And I guess that's how we kind of all are to some degree, because when we're comfortable with the friends we're around, we'll just talk shit with the people they don't like, even if we don't really mean it. It's just conversation, socialization. We're butterflies like that. When we should be like ants. We should follow the ants. We should have the queen. Like we have the Queen Debbie. She is our queen ant. That's who we should follow. Her show, her example to all. Very giving. Very kind to all, except when you piss her off. But that makes for good radio. So this is why we all must fucking support her. A lot of times she says Stabby does not support her. And I think she doesn't quite understand Stabby's role. Stabby's role when it comes to Debbie is making her think. Making her let her know what the trolls think. He's not necessarily trolling her, but he's not necessarily not trolling her. He is just doing an unfiltered garb at her. And he's just going blup, 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 blup. Thank you, Debbie. This is what Debbie thinks we should think. And I'm glad one angry Jew thinks what Debbie should think. And whatever he says, there is a message attached to it that is truth. The truth of power. And when it comes to power, it comes to internet radio. Because when it comes to Spreaker, there's a lot of fucking people behind the scenes. And behind the scenes, I mean fucking there's 20 of us. That's all that there is on Spreaker. It's a fucking incestuous circle. That's all this is. Of egoness. It's an incestuous circle of millionaires who aren't millionaires. Of poor people that are poor. And that's fine. We just all have to accept that if we're on Spreaker, we don't make any money. Because if we did, we would not be at Spreaker. We would be at strip clubs. Why doesn't anyone on Spreaker do a fucking podcast at a strip club? Huh? Why does that not happen? It's because we're fucking poor. We live with our mothers in her basements. My mom has 2. One for me, one for my sisters. We all live side by side in harmony, except when they piss me off. And I block them on Twitter. So, it's really a tough life that I live because the way I'm going, I'm going to be fucking a multimillionaire in about 3 weeks. And by multimillionaire, I mean I'm not. No. There's no fucking chance. No. But what you can strive for on Spreaker is not being a government payer. That's right. You don't have to accept the welfare. You don't have to. It's okay to accept it temporarily when you're in a rut. But we all have parents that we can rely on. I don't care if they're dead. We can still rely on them. We can call upon them from heaven to fucking route us some money. Grandma. Wait, sorry. All my grandparents are still alive. Great grandma. Why don't you wire me some money, knuckle? I want to go to the club with some hoes, nigga. And she'll be like, oh, okay. All right, darling. I will send you $25,000 for a fun night in Vegas. That's what happened. When I was in Vegas, my grandma, my great-grandmother, because both of my real grandmas are still alive, and they are wonderful fucking people. Even though they're crots, but they're still good people. I still love them. Do you have that relationship with your grandma? Oh, no, you don't. Because my grandmother is better than your grandma. Now, the big problem that I see, me and Victor, we have this problem.
all the people in our family, they live way too fucking long. No. Could you imagine being 70? Fucking shitting yourself. Driving around. Blocking traffic. Being fuckheads. Cranky as fuck. I mean, if you're this cranky now, how cranky will you be then? It's like the people on Spreaker who are trying to get fucking big and all that. If your ego's fucking this huge now, imagine in a year when you're gone and rich, how your ego will be, how stupid you will sound, how goofy you might be. Speaking of that, I finally got Tyree Sneed to chimp. And when I say chimp, I mean he's pissed. So I was in this chat and says, what's this? Shockwave Flash may be busy or it may have stopped responding. Let's see if it's not working. What's going on here? Am I talking to myself? My beautiful self? Oh shit, here we go. Great, Shockwave Flash just crashed on me. Oh lord, here we go. Now I can't do anything, so I don't know if I'm still on. Click, 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 nigga. Click, 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 nigga. Oh shit, here we go. Continue. Can you niggers hear me? Okay. Oh, thank you. Oh god. What just happened was it said Shockwave Flash may not be available. Motherfucker, I couldn't click anything. So I was like, am I on? Like, because I have all these fucking links up, so whatever. God damn it. Now I just derailed myself. Fucks. So anyways, I was about to jump into this new subject. Now, it's very known on Spreaker that Kevin has a bad habit of being very sensitive. And last night, Gaishe did a show, like one of those live evil shows, and of course, I said something very sarcastic. It was just a joke. If we're not in our shows fucking giving each other grief, then what the fuck good are we, you know? So I just said something, oh yeah, no one expects much. And it went over Kevin's head like, I mean, this guy's really, really sensitive. And I don't know, this guy just, if you can't have a small joke around him without him like getting so sensitive and lashing out, it's like, what the fuck? You know, it kind of makes me wonder, wait, you know, if he acts this way in casual conversations, I can't imagine the dude, like, if you disagree with him in real life, like, you know, it makes me wonder, did he really fucking smack a bitch or what? You know, he has very low tolerance for joking around or anything. It's like, this guy's a fucking tightwad. And Dino went on there, kind of explained it, kind of pointed out to Kevin, you know, all this. Kevin's big thing is people aren't real on Spreaker and all this. He's like, yeah, that's not what you really think. That's not you real. Meanwhile, this goes over Kevin's head that he's on DJ Bad Guy's show. On a character show, and Kevin's bitching about characters. It's like, I don't know. And like, Dino tried to work with him, like, look, you know, just have a good time, worry about your own shit. And it seemed like it went over Kevin's head. I mean, Kevin at least initially started as drunk. He pretended he was drunk, I think, because all of a sudden he suddenly got sober and wasn't acting drunk, you know. So, I don't know. So it seemed like he was playing a character of being drunk on a character show and bitching about characters. And I don't know. I mean, this is the same guy that blocked me for no reason as well. I mean, the worst I did was hang around Rick's show and invited him to Rick's show. And then next thing I know, boom, ban. Boom, all this. He's way too sensitive for Spreaker. I mean, sad because, you know, he's a decent guy. I mean, I'm not trying to knock the guy, but he does have some of the thinnest skin on Spreaker, you know, and you figured, hey, you've been involved in all this shit on Spreaker for the last 2 years, you know, you could handle some of this. But nope, can't do it. Fucking super sensitive. Everything's a big bitch and whine. So it's like, well, good luck, dude. You know, I hope that Spreaker begging goes well, because, and that's the worst thing. When I see people begging on Spreaker, sometimes I'll get messages like, hey, I need some money to keep my show up. No, you don't. You don't need money. It's free. There's free accounts. You do not need a Spreaker Pro account. If you're begging someone for money on Spreaker for a Spreaker Pro account, you can fuck right off. Because think about what you're doing right there. You're saying, hey, I shouldn't have to go get my own money to pay for my own shit, but you should pay for my shit. That's a very strong implication right there. That's sad. So anytime anyone talks about upgrading their pro account, they're basically saying, oh, well, I shouldn't have to work for my money. You know, I shouldn't have to beg other people for money. I shouldn't have to earn my own cash, or earn my own way. I should ask you instead, because I think you should earn your way, and then after you're done earning your way, throw a few monies my way, because I can't be bothered to earn my own way. And it's just like, well, I don't know. I guess the joke's kind of on the person begging, because it's like, well, A, you're not going to get shit. The only time money's really been exchanged on Spreaker that I've noticed is that Warrior Fund, that military, the Wounded Warrior Project. Some decent dime went away because it was for a good cause. It was actually helped military vets and shit. And otherwise, it's just like, Now, one thing you'll notice is that GoFundMe, there's a certain host on here that actually did get a lot of money, but it's more of a creative thing. More like a creative show. Like, I need to go somewhere, like I need to go on a trip to a concert or whatever it was, and I need you guys to help me. And this person was successful. There's quite a few reasons why this person was successful. Female and blonde. And they had a pretty good personality. They're funny, you know, and I think the people that beg, because it's not limited to just one person. I've seen about 5 or 6 GoFundMes. And these people either took themselves too seriously, or no one took them seriously, or there's some sort of flaw that was really great because they didn't get shit. No one did. And the worst part about the GoFundMes was oftentimes the people would just donate themselves under a fake person in hopes like, hey, maybe if I, start the fire, maybe it'll burn and the money will come raining down. And it's like, no, it didn't happen. So, good luck. Okay, I have something else to talk about. Enough with the Spreaker drama. And it sucks that, let's go back. I'm a little pissed because I don't get to hear News Guy show live anymore. At my old job I could, but this new one I can't. So I keep missing his fucking show. And the days that I do stay home, fucking News Guy just doesn't do a show. Like certain holidays, like I'll be able to stay home and it's like, fucking no show. It's like, God damn it. Piss me off. Because when it comes to Spreaker shows, you want to be there live because you can have a voice. And most Spreaker people or hosts, really enjoy the chatters. I mean, they'll at least get a reaction out of them or vice versa. And it usually works out. Another thing. This is going to be under white people problems, but I've decided something. And this is real. This is a real me. When it comes to chips, we need to ban chips. Like that one dumb bitch, Obama's wife, she's always, oh, it's nutrition. It's like, okay, bitch, look at your huge fucking ass, your gorilla ass, and you're talking about nutrition. Please, shut the fuck up. And the big thing is chips. Don't get me wrong. Most chips are good. I'm not saying that. They taste good. I mean, now obviously they don't have much of a nutritional value at all. That's another issue, but here's the thing. Motherfucking thing about chips. Guess what? When they go in front of you, it's like to even grab them, they fucking move around. The bag it gets kind of loud. Secondly, to open up the thing, more fucking moving around and all this. And then, guess what? You open up the thing, each time you stick your fucking finger in to grab a chip, your fingers touch and fucking move the bag around a bit, loud. Then you pull it out, loud, throw it in your mouth, and like popcorn, chips and popcorn, people tend to fucking not close their mouths when they eat. And so when they put the chips in their mouth, they just go crunch, crunch, crunch. And if you have like big teeth or big mouth or just anything, it's just fucking loud, like crunch, 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 crunch. It's like, fuck, don't do it. And then, guess what? That was chip 1, bitch. That's right, chip 1 down the mouth. And guess what? Depending on the chip bag, there's probably going to be at least another 15 in there. And so it's a prolonged like troll on you. That's what all this is. And they'll grab it, crunch, crunch, crunch. They don't keep their mouth shut. And it's usually slow too. Like, for whatever reason, chip eating is not a fast thing. Like, no one ever just crushes it all up, besides me, and eat it in like 2 bites, like those mini bags. Just crush it up and then eat it away. There's just something about it. It's very aggravating. It's like, fuck, it's loud. You're loud. And the worst part is, it's like, okay, you're done eating, right? Well, guess what? You got greasy fingers. You got greasy fingers. And if it's Doritos, you got greasy and cheesy fingers. You got greasy and cheesy fingers. And oh man, don't get me started. If you eat the vinegar and oil chips, oh, guess what's on your hand? Vinegar and oil and chip and salt. Good luck fucking washing that away. And yeah, we should really look to ban that. When Trump comes to power. And I'm hoping everyone votes Trump. I don't want to hear you pussy. I know I have a few shit liberal friends on here who are scared of guns and all this whiny shit. Shut the fuck up. Vote Trump. If you are Canadian, come down and vote for Trump, because apparently voter ID is racist. And so I think if we're going to have all these beaners come up from Mexico and vote for Bernie or Hillary, then we should have our cracker-ass cracker buddies up from north to come down and vote Republican, even though most of them are liberal. But they should just come down and just sort of even it all out, to make it a little bit more fair. Because we got to stop having all these illegals on the voting roll. But to do that would be racist and all that. So we can't have that. And so when Trump comes to power, that's the one you guys can trust. Because when it comes to trusting Trump, a big thing about him is that, hey, this guy, he comes on Twitter, he trolls the fuck out of people. That's a confident man. He does it under his own name, his own picture, all that. So that's an added bonus. And so when he does that, hey, he's not afraid of shit. Where someone like Bernie, now, I'm sure there's a few Bernie fans on Spreaker, but when those Black Lives Matter people took over his rally and he sat there with his head looking down, holding his hand, I mean, what a fucking bitch, man. I mean, I lost all respect for him. I was like, what a fucking pussy. You're going to run supposedly the greatest nation on earth, and you can't even take control of your own podium? You fucking little bitch, man. Get the fuck out of here. And at least when the Black Lives Matter people showed up to Hillary's little thing, she was like, she just agreed with them, and she sort of manipulated them into shutting up. Because I've seen it a few times, and when it comes to Trump, I just think he laughs him out. And interesting thing about Trump is, I think he's kind of right when it comes to the silent majority, because he has a lot of fucking people at his rallies, like just tons and tons and tons. And the way that he's doing his thing is that he's kind of running it like Obama, like the hope, change, and make America white again. That's his slogan. And so when he goes to all these different rallies, it's like, well, there's a ton of people there. And I'm assuming those people are all going to vote for him, right? I mean, like Ron Paul, a big thing that happened with him was he had pretty big rallies, and he had like these street teams at colleges and shit. Like, it's funny. Those Ron Paul people are mostly the same ones voting for Bernie, because those Ron Paul people, they're hardly to be found in Ron Paul's camp. I mean, because he's such a chameleon that he'll just keep switching and switching and switching. And I think why people like Bernie and Carson and Trump are doing pretty well in the polls is because they don't really have much of a filter. Like Bernie does to some degree, but Trump doesn't have this filter. Carson doesn't have a filter. I think Carson could use a fucking filter sometimes because, man, he says a lot of stupid shit in his past, like about the pyramids, and he sounds like he was a spokesperson for some con man juice and shit, and he said a lot of weird fucking stupid shit, which is fine, but own it, or don't own it, and that's just the way that it looks like they're gonna go. But I think with Trump, it's nice because as much as people might hate the guy, he's good at business. God damn it. And when it comes to that, he is just good at what he does. He's a good, powerful man. And sorry, I cannot take any calls because I don't know how to fucking connect it to Spreaker, or else I would. So sorry about that. It's nothing personal. Once someone finally shows me how to take calls, I was able to do it previously because I fucking manipulated my microphone. I fucking totally nigger rigged it to where the mic was in my headset and all this, but I don't have that anymore. So sorry. Once I do figure out how to take calls, maybe I'll upgrade my account and we can do some fucking stupid shows and have some good times. So anyways, vote Trump, and let's get rid of this political correctness, although I don't think that will change, to be honest. I mean, I was reading a fucking article from like very popular, like I think New York Post or something, like a very popular media, and they're talking about transphobia in Zoolander 2. And I was like, good God, really? Are we really bitching about transphobia in a movie? And I've seen the part, and it was just, the whole point of Zoolander was just everyone gets made fun of. Everyone's goofy. But it's like, because they made fun of a tranny, and the person had like, I think 20 seconds and he was just acting stupid, but the whole movie is stupid. The whole premise is stupid. And, you know, it'd be like if there's a black guy in there and he just said a lot of stupid shit. Oh, Black Lives Matter is going to get fucking raised a fist. And it's like, we are really fucking going down the deep end with some of this shit. Like, it'll bounce back like it always does. But right now it's just like, everyone is offended by everything. And I wish we weren't like that. I wish we actually had some balls. And it seems like Trump is the only sort of politician at the moment that wants to tackle some of that. But again, might not do much because most of the media outside of like Fox and all this mostly has a liberal slant. I don't think anyone would deny that, but that's just the way it goes. And so it should be interesting. When it comes to who wins, you know, that's the thing is if it's Bernie versus Trump, because I think Trump is going to win it at this point, only because he's always been first or second this whole time. And he, he was crafty enough to get a spot on SNL. Why hasn't anyone else done that? You know, and you know he does stuff like that. So I think ultimately, because he's so innovative and he has all these supporters and haters, he knows how to draw a crowd. And so I think ultimately he will be a Republican nomination. I could be wrong, but I don't see Carson winning anything. He does have some supporters, but I think it'll be Trump. And obviously it'll be either Hillary or Bernie. And I think it'll be Hillary because Bernie, I don't know. She's been doing some weird shit to Bernie. Like, for instance, she said that, oh, yeah, he might be sexist. And I remember all he said was something about her raising her voice or people getting loud to make their point across. And she tried to turn that into sexism. And look, she's the first person on the ticket line that is talking about, oh yeah, I'm a woman. When no one fucking asked, and even Bernie's not. He rarely brings up the fact he's Jewish, but I guess, you know, you just look at the fucker and he's fucking hardcore Jewish, but just look at his name. But this presidential election should be interesting. I hope for a lot of blood, and I hope for the best for each side. Anyways, it's my 45-minute show. Thanks for showing up, guys. Appreciate it. Let's see if I can do any chat room shout-outs. Jew, the Butt Sniffer listener, Paul Dembski, Stabby, Uncle Ghoulie, Ashton, Billy Badass, Leanne. All right. Great, guys. Appreciate it. See you guys elsewhere.